Hi everybody, this is Diane. Today is June 1st and I will be starting to write in this journal that I created probably a few years ago, a couple years ago maybe. I don't know. I can't tell. Time just goes by so fast. So this is one that I created with a lace-up card. So it's got little embroidery floss that I laced through the little holes there. And it's a picture of a home. And if you know me, you know I love home images. And I just used fabric and a very, I think, let me see what's inside. Well, I thought I had a little piece of batting in there, but I don't. It's maybe a piece of muslin inside and then some more fabric. Oh, I was thinking of a different journal that has batting in it. And collaged just some vintage bits that I have. This came off a doll dress, this ruffle. So it was really fun to make, and I will be making more books similar to this pretty soon. I got threads hanging. So anyway, I need to collage on some pages. So I started working in this actually on July 15th of 2022, and my initial sentence was, I have not been keeping a journal for a while. I think it's time to start again. And I wrote in it 3 times, and that's it. So apparently I wasn't ready to start journaling again. But I decided to pick it up, and we're going to continue on. I did do these collages at that time, because these were not when I first made the journal. I added these, and then I added these, and that's as far as I got. So I do have a journaling space here for today. This one, I didn't add any journaling space, but I can write a little note about something or a scripture verse. I read the whole chapter of Psalm 119 this morning, and I love that psalm, so I could write something about that in here. Psalm 119 is the longest book in the Bible. It's 176 verses, in case you don't know, and it's all about God's Word. So I think I'll just use that to write a little bit of something about that. So I can start right here and do some collaging. I have pulled, I have over here a box of journaling cards that are not digitals, plus other kinds of like vintage papers and things like that that I can write on. So I have that over here, and on the other side of me I have digital journaling cards and sticky note pads and things that I can use to glue down for journaling. And then I also pulled just a few things from my drawer of vintage, assorted vintage ephemera. So it's just eclectic stuff. And some of my vintage labels, my colorful doilies, and a few things from my dry cleaning ephemera supplies. And one matchbook, because I love this one. So that's what I pulled. Oh, and I have some vintage lady images over there. So this one is all done. It's already got a vintage lady and a label. This is a vintage piece right here, and this is a digital. Pretty sure that's a sticker. Vintage sheet fabric here, but that was, I added that when I put the book together. So we're going to do a little bit of collaging here. Since I didn't make a journaling spot here, I will make one here, but not too big. So maybe something with some color, but with space to write. So I'm looking through my digital journaling cards. I could make a little pocket and then tuck a couple of cards in. That would give me quite a bit of journaling space. So let's do that. Let's find something to be a pocket here. I could make a tuck spot. Yeah, I like him or them. So this will be a tuck spot, and then I will add just a couple of things to journal on. These little 5-cent price tags. They have the indentation of a very old paper clip because they were clipped to a card and envelope. I bought this collection of little cards with matching envelopes, and they were clipped together. So I saved these little pages, and I think I saved the paper clips too. So I could use this to embellish. That's why I saved them, and I've never used one, I don't think. I love that it has the little paper clip marking on it. Hopefully you can see that. And if I find one of the paper clips, I think I just had one, and I just found one on my table here, and I think maybe I stuck it in a little drawer. When I find one, I will clip that on there. Let me look real quick. See if it's in this drawer. It is not. So I'm not sure where I put it. Let me just look, see if I can find it. Find them, not it, because I don't know what I did with that one. But I have more than that. I had quite a few of them. Nope, not that one. No, they have a distinct shape to them. I will find them, and when I do, I will make sure I clip one into this book somewhere. Okay, we'll just move on. So I just need to, you can see the shape of the paper clip, and it had a little, well, it was kind of, you know, bent around, so to form that shape on two sides. Anyway, you'll see it when I find one. So now I can tuck something in there. I like this little card. This isn't vintage. It's a doll, and it was photographed and turned into a card. And it is Hallmark. I don't know how old it is. It might be vintage, but it's not very old. I mean, when I say vintage, I mean 80s. Oh, this is cute. I forgot I had this. It's a little house mouse. Let's find one more thing to tuck in there. It's too tall, but I could fold it. This will give me lots of journaling space because I will put something on the back to write on, but I'm wondering that will add another layer to this, and I'm wondering if that's, no, that doesn't pop it up too much. And another decoration on here, please. I'm just talking to myself, you know. Am I in camera? Yes, I am. And I think a little something else right there is called for. Something round, maybe. I can't remember which of these containers holds my little pieces. I have to label them. Maybe this is what I was looking for. These are stamped pieces, but they're little. It's a little button. There's a little tag with a heart shape, but that's two pinks together. That's not stamped, obviously. This one says enclosure. I like that. Let's just use that. I love this old tin that I picked up at the flea market, even if it is a tobacco tin. Make sure there's no glue sticking out, and there isn't. And I'm going to add some paper to that. Now this paper I got in at my very first estate sale several years ago. It was my friend's mother. That's how I knew to go. I went with her, actually. And her father used to be a school teacher or work in a school, and he had stacks of this paper and another kind. But I use them in journals, but they're kind of thin. So I'm thinking that they would be great for just backing journal cards for writing on, because they won't be expected to stand up to a lot of wear and tear if they're just glued to the back of something. That was an exciting find for me. I remember I got some Ideals books there, and these papers, and I don't remember what else, but that was my very first estate sale. This is the other kind of paper that he had with it's smaller than what we normally see for the children's handwriting paper, but you can see it's aged around the edges. Now this spread was pretty colorless before. Had this little strip of light green there. But now, look at all this we added to it. And I can add something over here. This is an old recipe book page. I'll move this out because it's got this ring. This might not be a good place for this to be, because this is a fragile page, and this ring with this page pressing on it might go through the page. So I think I'll find a different place for this tag. But in the meantime, let's find something to put here. I have this little pink ticket, and I have these tickets in 4 colors, but I only brought in the pink and the orange. So I'm just going to add a strip of these. I don't want to cover up this. This is the name of the recipe over here. There's no recipe name over the recipe. This is Orange Bounty, and that's the recipe for Orange Bounty. So I'll just put the strip over here. It is such a splurgy feel to have a large quantity of things like this that I can just pull off a strip and glue it down and not worry about trying to make things last. And these were not that expensive, so I don't need to feel like I need to sell more of these items. I sold a small amount just because you guys really love them, and they sold really fast, and I appreciate that. And I don't mind sharing, but I do sometimes I feel like I sell too much of the stuff that I love, and then I wish I had more. So I'm not going to make that mistake with these. So So that's just a decorative element. Now I need something to write on. I hope you understand that and don't feel like I'm being selfish. That is cute, but it's quite thick, and I worry about that on more fragile pages because, you know, even just the folding of the paper up against that could tear the paper. It's not super thin, but it does really look nice against that. But I have this in this corner, this in this corner. Let's move something up. So maybe, I think it would be all right to use it there. It is double-sided, so it might be better used in a pocket, but I love the orange with that, so I'm going to use it. Again, I'm talking to myself and convincing myself of the right thing to use and where to use it, etc. Just thinking my process out loud. That's just something that came out of an old scrapbook. Nelson R. Brown. I like it. Let's use it. Just somebody's business address. Probably came from that scrapbook that someone sent me that had someone who collected envelopes from different parts of the country and the world. They saved the envelopes and addresses in business addresses in a scrapbook. It was a wonderful gift. I don't remember who sent it to me. It's been several years, but it was a wonderful gift. Now, I have these 3 pieces, but what I would like to add is something pretty. And I didn't pull this to set on the table, but I have this little drawer container. Has milk caps and coasters, and this is small pieces, gift seals and tags and German scrap. And that's what I want, something from here. I was thinking of these little floral or little seals that I have in this drawer, and this is perfect. Didn't have to look far for that. I think I'll put it over here, and I'll tell you why. Because if I put it here, it just makes this a rectangular shape. If I put it over here, it keeps it more irregular and more interesting. Oh, I just tore that leaf. I'll just have to make sure it gets glued right next to where it belongs. I just got these recently when I went to Lewisburg with my friend Debbie. Isn't that pretty? Now look how interesting this page is, this spread. Okay, now I have a pocket here, a pocket here. So on this page, I will just add something else to write on. This is a current paper pad. I don't need to get all collagey on every page, so I could just glue this down and leave it. I'll just move it up here. I might still, you know, add some other elements, but I don't have to on every single page. But, you know, I might because I like to. I like the look of it. I like the designing of it. It's very fun for me to do that. So let's see. Maybe I will. I see a digital flashcard poking out here. Oh, it says picnic and hike. I don't think I want to use those. What else do I have in here? Some of these digitals I've had for a long time, and I really need to use them. This would give me some more journaling space. You can tell I'm not thinking about it too hard. So I didn't do it on purpose. I did move this down on purpose so that the root beer freeze would show there, but there's strawberry pineapple punch. So one of my favorite flavors is strawberry, and one of my husband's favorite flavors was root beer. He loved root beer floats, loved drinking root beer. So now I have 2 elements. I have to have 3, you know. So let's look in this little drawer again. These are some of my favorite ephemera pieces, and they are the little cardstock gift tags that you would attach to a gift. I love these. They're hard to find. I don't find them often. That's pretty. I'm just going to go with her. I love her. You know, I could sit here and do this all day, but I have things to do today. And it's already noon, 12:15. I've done some stuff today, but I just had a slow start today. It is Saturday. And I woke up with a headache, which is better now. So I just had a slow start, and that's okay. There. Now I took this tag out, so I need to replace it. And I would like to replace it with a tag. Let me see if I have any vintage tags to stick in there. Ooh, how about this one? I paid $2 for that tag. And I think what I would like to do is, there's a perforation here, and it's good, but if I handle it too much, I'm afraid that would tear. So I think I will put some washi tape on there and erase the $2. I've had this for a little while, and I knew I wanted to keep it in one of my journals. See, it's a blue and gold tag. It doesn't have to match, but I have a darker blue here. Am I putting my arm in your view? I'm sorry. Just seeing if I have anything with gold. This has some gold in it. It was quite chilly when I got up today. We had some cooler days, and it got cold at night, but I like it cool. So I left my windows open in my living area, last night in my living room. And it was 62 degrees in here in the living room when I got up, which is fine with me. I just put sweaters on, but I can tell. I closed the windows up, and I can tell it's time to take this sweater off. So my sisters and I went to, and my brother-in-law went to Alexandria Bay in the Thousand Islands, New York on Thursday. My brother-in-law drove us. They have a mini Winnebago that they like to do some traveling in, and they love going to Alexandria Bay. That's where they spent their honeymoon, and they go there every year on their anniversary, and they go up there for, you know, just other camping trips or just day trips, even though it's a 4-hour drive. It's usually not a day trip, but they did one of those already this year. And then I don't know whose idea it was, Randy's or Annette's, but Randy loves to do things with his wife and her sisters, which is just wonderful. We love him. He's our honorary brother. So anyway, we did a day trip up to the Thousand Islands, Alexandria Bay, on Thursday. We went to my sister's house at 7. We met there. I think I'll just tuck this way so that part shows. And we got on the road. We spent the day up there and came home. And it was a long day, but very, very fun. I don't know if I want to write on this or just keep it in there. I can write on this. Probably won't write on this part because I'd have to use a Sharpie or something. So I could put something in here that I can write on. This is from a handwriting book. It says Palmer Method here. So I'll put some writing paper on that. Got a scrap of ledger paper here. Oh, not there. I don't want to cover that up. Oh, while I was away for the day, I spent the night at my sister's house, the one with the camper. When we got home, it was probably 10:30 at night, and I don't drive at night, so we had already planned that I would be spending the night. And my other sister was welcome to. She thought about it, but then she decided to go home because she had to watch her little granddaughters the next morning. So she decided to go home that night. It's about a half-hour drive for her, 35 minutes or so. So I spent the night at Annette's house, and we had breakfast in the morning, and then I came right home. And when I got home, I knew that my daughter was picking up strawberries for us. Local strawberries. I got some. I'll add that there. Just adding some little pieces here and there. And there were strawberries waiting for me on my kitchen counter when I got home. But the note that was with it said that they came and did some things for me. So in the past, when I have gone away, like when I went on my Alaska cruise while I was away, they came and pranked me. It took them hours, and they enlisted my brother and his wife to help. They wrapped books, all the books on my bookshelves. They wrapped. This was when I still had my big house. They wrapped pictures on my wall in wrapping paper. Mostly Christmas paper, I think. And all kinds of stuff in my house was wrapped up. It was funny, but I had to unwrap everything. And another year when I went away, they put googly eyes on everything. They did not put googly eyes on the picture of my husband and me hanging on the wall. They thought that would be disrespectful. But they put googly eyes on all kinds of stuff. I was finding googly eyes months later. So those are the pranks they've done to me, but they decided to do a reverse prank and do nice things for me. So my grandson Teddy mowed my lawn, which he usually does, but he usually gets paid for it. I pay him for it. But my daughter paid him to do it. So he would still get his pay for doing it, but I didn't have to pay. So he mowed my lawn. They mopped my kitchen floor, cleaned the microwave and the stove and the toaster and the mixer. And they just did a lot of stuff for me, which was really nice. And then Teddy and my daughter came in my craft room, found some supplies, and made me a card to put the note on. Where are we? 31 minutes. I can do another page, maybe two. Let's see. There's a pocket there. So, just something for writing here. Oh, I had these that were cut out of scrapbook paper. I should have been using them. So I'll put the June one on. And I'll clip the July and August ones into the book somewhere. I guess I'll just stick them in this pocket. Maybe the September one. So I can add them in when I get there. These are digital Viewmaster reels, which are pretty fun. Well, that would make a cute tuck spot. Some of these pages I won't need to do anything to. I'm just looking to see if there's a tuck spot page. So I could do it on this, but this is quite bulky. It's quite thick. It's not that bulky. And I want to make sure I'm still in June when I get to this. I'm just going to glue them down. Oh, this says Inside Passage to Alaska. I didn't even notice that. I've been to Alaska. I think it's the Inside Passage that we did too. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. Okay, this I don't need to do anything to. I'll just leave that and I'll write all over it. This I will add something to. I could add a pocket there. These are little cell phone images that were in a magazine advertisement. I think they're cute. But they would make really cute journaling cards. So maybe I'll save them and use them as a journaling card. Not a pocket. would be great in a patriotic journal. I could just make it a tuck spot right there, or a pocket right here. I think that would be fine. And I could still write on the white page. And I want to look at my vintage ladies and put one of them in here. I just opened up my drawer and took some out that are already cut out mostly. I want something little. I know she's not little, but color-wise she looks good with that. Where are the little ones? Oh, that's a pocket. I can't tuck her under there. Don't want to cover up that pocket. Here they are, my little scissors. Okay, I stopped talking while I was fussy cutting and figuring things out, but I'm back now, so I could delete it. That's why I stopped talking. So I'm going to glue her down here, and then I decided to make a card with the other two ladies. So I fussy cut them while I was at it. So I just need to make the card a little bit narrower than this. And this measures now 2 3/4. See how this works height-wise. I'll just make it a little bit smaller. Good. So that is 4 1/4, approximately. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to glue these on, and they will be journaling cards. And I will round the corners. And that's probably all we're going to have time for today. So let's just do a quick flip to see what we did. Oops. Better glue that down better. It wasn't dry, and the pocket popped it up as I slid it down in there. Okay, there's that page. So I can write on that page and on the backs of these cards. I can write on that. I can write here. And on these two cards. And I'll probably add a ribbon or something to this. We can write here, or I can. I'm going to stick a little glue in there because she's popped up a little bit and I don't want her to catch on anything. I can journal there, just a little note. I love that colors there. And this tuck spot has some journaling places. And that's where we started. So I can start writing in this journal this evening when I'm done with the day and know what I want to write. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that, I know you enjoyed watching me work in the little deer book that I got from Meg, and I just finished. So I hope that you would like to continue watching me work in this journal as my personal journal. I'm looking forward to using it, and it will fatten up. It's got a lot of room. It's not fat enough. And this bothers me. It always did. This back cover ended up being wider than this. So this will be easy enough for me to trim down and then zigzag it again. So I'm going to have to do that. So now that I'm handling it every day, it's going to bug me. So I'm going to get rid of about 1/2 inch back there. So yes, thank you for coming along with me today, and I'll be back again. Hopefully the next journal or the next video you see will be me working on the Barbie journals. And I can't wait to get started on that. There's just so much I want to do, people. I want to do all of it every day. Well, I hope you're having a creative day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.